name is Game, and welcome back to my Wonder World. It has been quite a second since the last recorded, and I remember in the last episode, in the beginning of it, I was like, I'm finally gonna get out of the rut. I started talking about how I'm gonna get my schedule back on track, and then I went a whole week without doing absolutely anything. So quite a lot of things have happened since then, as always, and I would like to go over a few of them. I'm not gonna do what I usually do. I'm not gonna get the buddies from the Cozy Candy Cabin right now. Instead, I'm gonna go inside and I think I might put a music disc on or something as I talk about what I want to do next. So I don't want to do Mellow High. Mellow High's always really spooky for some reason. I'm just gonna get Cat out. It's pretty basic, but I absolutely adore it. And now I can get talking about what I want to do. So, my house has been here for quite a while, and I haven't really added on to it in that time. It's just been kind of around. I've had some changes. Sometime in like February or March, I added this little bedroom over here, and I absolutely adored it. And I've used it for pretty much every beginning of the episode, or like every introduction, and it's been amazing. But I have wanted to add some more stuff to the building because I feel like I'm missing out on a few opportunities. Like, I want to have a kitchen, I want to have another storage room because everything is so messy all the time for me. And I also want to have, like, a bunch of different, like, guest rooms and stuff. Now, I already have the hotel for that, and there are quite a few things that I want to add to my house that I already kind of have in my town. So, like, you know, for food, I don't really need a kitchen. I can just go down to the restaurant over there, or the cafe, and for guests, I can always just give them a room in the hotel. But honestly, I feel like I kind of want to have a bunch of stuff, like a bunch more stuff in my house because I'm kind of missing out on a lot of opportunities there, and this, like, especially with people. So I'm gonna have an addition to my house, and we're gonna decorate it. We're gonna add a bunch of extra rooms. I'm going to create a list of things that I would like to have in the expansion for the house, and then we're going to get everything all nice and sorted so that we can get started on the building. And also, having a storage room, while it does seem pretty redundant because we do have the store down the road, would let me get building materials without having to constantly spend $100, which I'm always spending. Usually I keep it off camera, but trust me, I go through $100 like crazy, so I would definitely like to fix that. But yeah, now that I know what I'm going to do, I think the biggest question for me is how I'm going to do it. There aren't many ways for me to expand on my house. I could expand, I think, this way into like the plaza, so to speak, but I don't know if I would really love that because I would have to change this area up immensely, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's definitely on the table. It's one of the things I might actually do, but I would rather steer away from that option for now because I feel like it would just mess the scenery up a ton and I wouldn't really enjoy it in the long run. The second option for me to expand my house is over here, over to, like, I guess the right of the house, my left. And the reason why I haven't been too excited about moving it is because, for one, but like I said earlier, it would mess up the scenery a ton. It would block off the rooms, like it would block off CJ and Gab's rooms from actually seeing the view and seeing this little lighthouse here. That's something I don't really want to do. I mean, I'm still thinking about it, but like I said, not very good options. But yeah, like I said, I just don't know how I'm gonna do it. Really, it's such a mess. Another option is expanding it out this way, but that goes right into the water, and that would be very far away from everything else. I don't know how I feel about adding it over the water. I think it might make this area a bit too crowded as well, and you know, I don't know how I feel about that. I also don't want it to be like just a box, because like the boxy kind of building, it was cool in the beginning, but I think I'd want something more detailed now. The final option for me, or like the final one worth considering, is expanding over here. The reason why I've been kind of like off doing that, and I've not wanted to do that, is actually because this area still kind of belongs to Mr. Polly. I kind of wanted this to be his area, and I feel like I wouldn't forgive myself if I took this entire space. I got rid of like one of the last remaining like jungle trees in the town. So not only are we gonna have to expand, this might be off limits, but if we do it, I think we'll have to follow it up with immediately planting a bunch of trees around town. I've been planning on doing that for a while already, but I really think that like I should totally do that because it being a jungle biome, I feel so bad about like all the deforestation that I've done. If you look at any of my older videos, or you look at the seed for my world, this whole place is a jungle. This whole place is jungle and bamboo. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to reforest some of this place, and I don't think we should expand that way because that's gonna get rid of one of the last trees. I think what I might do is I think I'll expand over to here. It's gonna block off a lot of the river though. That was another one of the things, and also it's gonna like I said, ruin their views. So I don't know. All right, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make that list of things that I would like to have in the house, like list of new things I'd want in the house. And I think after that we can focus on like the extra stuff. So like, you know, what we're gonna do with like expansions, extra rooms, and stuff like that. Because, well, I do like the idea of expanding and adding more rooms and stuff, so like it's a little bit less cramped. I think I still already have a lot of space. I don't want to give up all of the space because I kind of like how open it is and how it feels kind of natural to walk about. But also, like, there's places like this where it's a bunch of nothing except for, like, vines and stuff and mold. I guess not really mold, but moss. So I guess, like, for an area like this, we could probably have a better way of using these rooms. So I'm gonna get to making that list, and when I'm done with it, I'll go through all the things I added and some of the, I guess, like, ways I could go about actually doing those, or like doing the options and adding them to the house. Because there is a lot of work to be done, and I'm not totally sure about how it's going to be done. So I'll get right back to you when that's over. And then we're going to have a ton of fun building it. And hopefully, it isn't too much work, but it might be. I'm being so honest with you. It might just be a ton of work. But yeah, I'll see you guys in just a second. Alrighty, so I think I got it figured out. I think it's all good now. I gave myself some materials. There's an extra chest here, but it's not full of stuff just yet. But I think this is all I'm gonna need to actually get started on the new house. I'm gonna get some sandstone really quickly so I can just like outline where I think it's gonna go. But because of the shape of my house and everything, it might be a little bit difficult. I'll find a way to get it done. But it's gonna be quite a long building session. So over here, I found out that there is actually enough space to expand out here without blocking this river. My friend's rooms are gonna get blocked out a little bit, but that should be too much of a problem, especially because I'm adding a bunch of extra rooms. So if they really want to move rooms and get a better view than they have there, they can still do that. I don't want to kick them out of the rooms, so I think I'll give them the choice to, but it really does suck that we're going to have to cover up that area, because I think this is just simply the best area to expand upon. But yeah, with that being said, if I build out, I think right over to here, I can build up along here, like where the pillars. I'll add some other structural supports in the future. And to open things up just a bit, I can get rid of the sand here. And it will open up the river, so I won't actually be blocking anything off. Is that good? Do I need to place any more water down? Alright, great. Well, that's perfect. That's actually perfect. But yeah, I think I'll expand the house just about over here. The rest of the house won't be as blocky as the other one, but I will be keeping that little rooftop garden I have going, because I think it's really, really charming. But yeah, this side of the house is going to be a lot more detailed, a lot more, I guess like from a modern Minecraft building style, and it's gonna be really cool. And I also don't know what to do about this little segment. I did kind of want to keep this here so I can have like a little river going, but there is no real point in having that because I already have this little area for boats to go out. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do about this. I might honestly just get rid of this area entirely and start building from here. But like, I think I might get rid of this little like dock area entirely. Either that, or I'll just have to keep the river here, and it's just gonna be like one of those decorative things I have going on. But yeah, honestly, I think this little outside area along my house is going to be gone in not too long. So. I guess that means that they won't have any windows. But yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna have to give them the room. I feel so bad about that. I feel terrible. I'm kind of just kicking them out of the rooms they have now. Okay, well, I mean, they're not on my world all the time, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. But that does kind of suck for them. Actually, you know what, honestly? I could just keep it like this and just have this area be a corridor. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I think it's just the best way to expand upon it. I just think that, what I'm gonna have to do is what I always do. I'm just gonna have to get building without rationalizing it too much and see where it goes from there, because if I spend all my time planning, not even like on a creative world or anything, I'm just gonna waste a bunch of time. And I really want to get building this now, and I feel like it's much easier for me to make things make sense when I'm actually like already building the thing. So I guess with that being said, I'm gonna get right to building it. I think along the way I may explain some things. We're gonna build out to here. Oh, please. And I think might even expand some of the house to go right up to here, so it's like alongside this little pathway. But I don't know. We'll just have to see where it goes. But everything else should be pretty straightforward. I'm clearly stalling. I'm stalling because I don't think I'm ready. Alrighty then. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get right to it, and I will see you guys in just a second. I hope you do enjoy the building time lapse. So I did a lot of work. I did an absolute ton of work, like always, and I actually spent a good, like, I think 2 days. Like, I think I spent 2 days building it, maybe somewhere around that, and also like 2 days with this recording because I had a bunch of stuff to do in real life, and I haven't really touched it in like the past like whole day really. But now I'm actually here and I'm gonna try to actually deal with it, and it's so much to go over. I just showed you kind of. I looked out the window to go look at it, but it's so much. I almost feel bad about how much I've been doing because I really do need to do less projects like this. It's the reason why like the last 2 of my uploads have been so horrendously off schedule. Like, it's still nearly weekly, but like I can't believe I'm so far behind, especially with all the things that I've been wanting to do. For one, I've been doing a lot of streams and stuff. I've been doing more of those, and it's actually been helping the channel for some reason. I think the more you stream, the more YouTube's like, okay, I'm going to show you more your videos to more people, and that's really strange to me, but it's also really cool because it means I get to do more streams, and also I guess I get to support my main videos as well. Like, and also, you know, I can't really make everything into a good YouTube video, to be honest with you. I think sometimes streaming is a lot more fun when you're just, like, you know, being casual and just playing a game. So, yeah, enough rambling. I need to go show you guys what I've done. So, for starters, outside of that big building over there, you might notice this entire area has a ton of trees in it now. I felt like the area looked a little bit flat, so I went ahead, I took the liberty of adding a ton of trees down, to like add some more life to the place, and fill in more of the empty space, because I really do feel like with the deforestation I did, that I kind of ruined the area. So I did bring back, I think 1 or 2, maybe 3 of these big jungle trees. I do plan on bringing more I like bringing more to the town in the future, but I don't want to go too crazy with it because I don't want it to be too how should I put this? Like, too cramped, really. I feel like if I did that, it'd be a big mistake, and I would regret it. Even though this place, like I said, was originally a jungle, and it would probably be a little bit better, you know, for the ecosystem if I did that. But then again, it's Minecraft, it's Minecraft, it's Minecraft. There's not, like, really a huge ecosystem. But yeah, anyways, enough of that rambling with trees. I'm gonna move on to the actual building. Now, for starters, I really did think that it would take me forever to get used to this big building here. I think my main house, right over here, has become so, like, iconic to me. It's become so embedded in the identity of my world that I felt like adding anything onto it for a while there would be a big mistake, even though I really wanted to do it, and it was one of those things I was looking forward to doing. I felt like when I did it, I would actually kind of regret it, and I think it would look ugly, you know, stuff like that. And for a while, I did think it was. I would say, like, the first day of me making it, like, the first few hours of it being up and being there, I did think it was ugly, but I kept working on it. And I gave it a lot of the big details from my original house, and I don't hate it. I actually really love it. I think it looks really, really cozy, and it fits in super duper well. Okay, anyways, let's go into a little bit more of an in-depth tour, shall we? So it's not just me outside looking at it, pointing at it, and going, wow, that's so cool. So, first off, I think I'm going to start with the thing that's a little bit more close to home. This little basement here. I put it right underneath the house, so I guess this whole part was a big headache, actually, for me to excavate and, like, move out because there was so much water in the way. Had to use a ton of sponges. It was just like a whole big ordeal. But I got it done. It was a lot of fun, and I have this whole area for storage space. It does look a little bit ugly right now, and I am planning on changing it in the future, but one of the big reasons why I wanted to add this place, and why there's copper and tough bricks and stuff, and a lot of stone bricks, is because I actually want to use this for the new copper golems, because not far into the future, I will be trying to update my world. I was trying to put it off for a while there until Detailed Animations, the resource pack got its update, but I think I might just do it anyways, and we'll just see how things go, because I'm so looking forward to it. I'm already missing out on the Happy Gas. I played a little bit with Happy Gas with my friends, but I want to have them in my world. So yeah, I'm gonna have the update sometime in the near future, probably the next few months, and then this whole place is gonna be nice, and I guess I decorated and stuff for the copper golems. But yeah, moving on from directly below the house, we can get on to the big expansion. Right over here, you might see I already decorated quite a bit of it. Most of it's undecorated, so please excuse me. But I have kind of filled in the lower floor here so I can show you guys all the stuff inside of it. Now, this is gonna be something I work on in the future. I do have ideas for the room, but it is empty at the moment. And right over here, we actually have the living room, so to speak. So we have this big old, like, TV over here. We have a video game console right there. We have some speakers, some nice little candles and stuff like that, and this whole wall over here, which I'll decorate sometime in the future. I'm kind of bad at interior design in Minecraft at the moment, so what I'll probably do is make some drawings and fill this whole area in that way. But right now, it's really, really empty. There's just some storage space and an anvil right there. But yeah, this is the living room. If we move down over here, we have a kind of like PvP room. This is for like archery and stuff. I use the same little statues that I had back in the I think pumpkin problem episode forever ago, and also a little side door over here, so that if you go across this little river, you can actually PvP with friends over here. So yeah, this is like the PvP training area. And right next to it, we actually have like a community kind of like game room. So this is just like a place to hang out. I made a nice little custom pool table right over here with snowballs and slime balls and some sticks. I think that looks really, really nice. And just an empty table over here for board games. This is one of those rooms where I'm gonna have to decorate it a lot more in the future. It's kind of empty right now, but I still love it. I think it still has its own charm, and I'm super happy about it. I think right now, though, the most decorated or like highly detailed room in the building is the kitchen right over here. I have this nice little painting on the wall. I think it looks really good. I'll give you the resource pack that it's from in the description, but it really adds the space. There's some nice little custom pots here, and also a table and some chairs that actually use armor stands for its design. So the idea with it was that you could stand right here, and the person across from you would look, it would look like you're actually in one of the cushions, you know? It would look like you're sitting down. anybody looking from the sides, they're going to be able to tell that you're not actually sitting down, especially because if you crouch, your butt's going to be sticking out of it, which is really weird. You might even do a little wiggle if you have my resource packs. But yeah, it looks like you're there, so you can have a little bit of a breakfast on the table. There's a nice little like pantry and like kind of like shelf over here, a refrigerator, the little teapot, which is actually a brewing stand with a custom resource pack, the sink, and an oven as well. Well, these are the ovens. This is the stovetop. And I use the same design for the stovetop that I use in the fast food area, or I guess like the shake and cake area. And it looks really cool. You can pretend to make breakfast, kind of like an eternal breakfast. It's never really done. I guess every morning you have to work on it little by little until maybe some years down the line it'll actually be finished. I guess that's the idea of it. But I really like it. I really, really do like it. And I love this whole not building. I love this whole room's feel. Yeah, moving on from that, we can go on to the next floor, and I think beyond that, I actually don't have much more to go over, because this room, I guess this level of the building, is very, very, very empty, and the same thing for, oh no, I went down the elevator, no, let me out, okay, good, there we go. But yeah, it's the same for this floor over here. There's this nice little attic area over here that I might actually use in the future for like other rooms and stuff. Right now, it's relatively unused. I kind of like that I have a lot of empty space. That was kind of like the big idea for this place, because I want to be able to add on the things. But yeah, the last detailed building, or I guess, oh, I keep saying building. The last detailed room of this building. Oh my gosh, what's with me? But yeah, it is a library, and it's got 2 separate floors to it. This is a little loft area. It even has this nice little bed up here, so if you want to look at the stars while you go to sleep, you actually can. And there's a ton of books here. We have like massive bookshelves with an absolute ton of them. I might make some of them chiseled bookshelves in the future so we can actually have books in them. And even better than that, I might even be able to add books that you guys give. I think that might be one of the cool things that I might do in the future with like a community. Is like you guys can make a book and I can put it in the room. I think that'd be really, really cool. But yeah, I have some nice little rugs with my color palette. It looks really, really cute. And I also have a big world map right here of the entire Wonder World. So we have the Wonder Town right over here. You can even see the massive house and like the rugs through the glass. Yeah, you can see all of the Wonder Town, all the nice little buildings, and even if you look all the way over here, you have the Wonderland as well, and I think it looks really, really nice. It looks a little bit empty sometimes for me, but I don't think it really matters. I think it still looks really, really fun, and we'll be adding a bunch more games in the future too, so it's not really something to fret over. But yeah, I absolutely adore this, and it really does like kind of put into perspective how small the town is by comparison to the rest of the world, and I'm kind of happy about that because I have gotten rid of so many trees and stuff getting my town established and stuff and like building. So it's kind of nice to know that there's like still huge forests and like wilderness and stuff. I really like that. Like I'm constantly surrounded by it. It's really nice. It really adds to like the look at least. But yeah, that's the map. I think it looks really cool. It didn't take too long for me to get set up, but it's really, really awesome, and it's like a perfect frame too. It's like 5x5 wall here. It's just, it's perfect. It's perfect for the world. You can't see the airport, which is out this way. I haven't really talked much about the airport in my videos, but there is an airport out this way. Can't really see it. That's not too big of a deal, honestly, because you can still see everything else. So, you know, to me, this is perfect. I love this. It's so adorable. But yeah, that is the library. If we go back up to the roof here, or I guess the top floor, we can go up to the roof. And I can talk about it a little bit. Now, I had some bit of a difficulty with the roof. For a very stupid reason. I was actually so worried about adding this little extension to the house here because I thought it would ruin the view. I thought it would absolutely massacre the view of like my house, not only from the distance, because it would be this huge, like kind of like blocky house here next to my already kind of like perfect house. I was also worried that you wouldn't be able to see the lighthouse very well from my bedroom up there. And that is partially true. It is kind of blocked out, but you can still see it. And also, if you really think about it, it is really just adding an extra view to the world. It isn't really like it's taking away that much, because now you can go up here and you have a nice view of it It's all nice close to the lighthouse, and also have an amazing view of this little area from the spring that I made. So I think it's actually more of a plus than it is a negative. Yeah, the idea for the house was that there was supposed to be like a court thing, and that this whole building was kind of like supposed to be in like a box kind of ring around this open area in the center that we can use for all kinds of things, whether it's just like a pool or like a park or like a sumo thing. You know, I thought it'd be cool. But I had such a difficulty with it regarding, I guess, like this little roof here, that I decided that I would just do what I usually do and have a little grass patch here. And I thought it would be ugly, and I thought it would look bad, but it really doesn't. It kind of fits in. I'm absolutely loving the theme of all these like grass roofs. It doesn't really look amazing from the perspective of like a top-down map, but in person, I think it's really amazing, and I absolutely love having green space. I guess when you really think about it, my whole town is just like a compilation of green spaces with some buildings thrown in. And I really do love that. I think it looks amazing. So yeah, I absolutely love, you know, having all these kinds of roofs, and it actually looks really, really good. And I don't think I would rather have anything else, really. I think this works just fine, honestly. Just fine as a put down. I think it works perfectly. I think it really does. And also, I don't really do too many roofs like these, but I actually added, was this like a gable roof or is this a hip roof? I think this is like more of a gable kind of situation. But yeah, I added this little roof here, and I even added a little acronym for the word wonder here because it's my Wonder World, and I think it looks really, really, really amazing. If we go to a distance, I'm just gonna jump in the water, go down the river a little bit. I think it actually looks really, really cozy. I'm gonna have to take another look at it. Does it? Oh, it does! I absolutely love that. Sorry, I know gushing over builds is just such a silly thing to do, but I really do love it. Like I said earlier, I was worried it was gonna not fit in, but it fits in so well to me. There's also space for the river to flow in, too. I kind of thought it would, like, block it off a little bit, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. Alrighty, then. That's so cool. Alright, I'm rambling too much. I need to go on and show you guys the last thing, or like the last aspect of my house I'm super duper excited about and really happy that I added. So, over here, there's an extra little side door. This is kind of like right below the grave site from the first episode, and there's also another door that goes over here into the river. I think it's really nice to have like a bunch of access points and like exits. That's really cool to me. But the thing that I really love this tunnel for is that it connects this this little town, But the thing that I really love this little tunnel for is actually because it connects this house, and I guess by extension, my main house, to the rest of the town. If we go all the way over here and up this ladder, it actually connects us up to our canine cabin. I finally have a use for this extra room. The extra room has been sitting here ever since I made the cabin, and now I actually have a use for it. But yeah, I can go to my doggies if I don't want to go inside. Alright. Oh my god, that's silly me. If I don't want to go outside... If I don't want to go outside, I can just take the tunnel, get to my doggies. So, like, let's say it's the winter, sometime down, like, 6 months in the future. I can actually just take a tunnel to my dogs. I can take them to my house, and we can have a bunch of fun that way. And not only that, but because there's an extra little tunnel up here through this painting, I can actually get to the subway station and also the big cave I have. So if I really want to, I can take a little bit of a detour down here in the secret tunnel. And I think right through here, yep, right through here, it links up to the rest of the big cave system. I don't know if there's a really good access point for the actual subway station. It just kind of leads you to the messy cave. But if we go out over here, it is right next to the subway station. So if I really needed to, I could totally just add another entry point, and then suddenly my entire kind of town would be opened up through a system of tunnels. I think that'd be really, really, really cool. But yeah, I've done so much work. I've done such an amazing amount of work. And sometimes it feels bad when I do so much work like this because it sets me behind on my schedule. I still haven't, as of this video being recorded, I still haven't released the episode in which I made that massive skyscraper over here for the Daily Quack newspaper. So I have a lot of work to do and I have a lot of stuff to catch up on. But I'm super actually excited for the future. And I think that everything is actually super duper promising. Because while I don't actually get too many uploads out, I guess by comparison to like when my schedule is actually amazing, I've still been doing so much work, because in this little period, in this little quote-unquote rut I used to call it, I got that done, I got the Ferris wheel done, I got the skyscraper done, and I got this huge extension done. So when it really comes down to it, when it really boils down to, I guess, like to the end of it, where I'm at now, I've had a lot of fun doing it, so I'm happy about the whole thing. And I have 3 really cool new structures. So I guess at the end it really doesn't matter that I'm behind on YouTube. All that really matters is that I got all this stuff done, I had fun doing it, and now I have a bunch of outlets and stuff for the future. But with that being said, I did say in the last episode, which is actually gonna be the skyscraper episode, that I was gonna spend this episode decorating the skyscraper and then spend the rest of them doing minigames. So I'm sorry for kind of lying there. I didn't really mean to, it just got swept up with this idea, and I kind of took it and ran with it, so I am super duper sorry about that. It probably won't set you guys behind by too much, because by then I'll actually be on my schedule again. But yeah, I'll try to get doing some new minigames, because I've really been excited for doing more minigames. I'm so excited about that. But yeah, I think that's all I really want to ramble about for the second half of the recording today, because I've already done so much, and also, this should be noted, this is actually the second take of this recording. The first time around I did it, my mic was like super deep fried, so yeah, this is kind of like the second time that I've gone on this whole tangent. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, even though so many things have changed and I have a bunch of new outlets for doing things, I'm going to do what I usually do here. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to get a music disc and I'm going to put it in the jukebox. Oh, actually, you know what? We should do Mall. We should totally do Mall. That'd be so much fun. But yeah, yeah, I've rambled so much. I've done so many things all at once, and it's kind of been stressful. It's kind of been stressful. It's kind of been fun. But yeah, that's about it. I think it's a good time to end things off. And I will see you guys in the next one. I really do hope that you guys have had a wonderful time watching, and I hope you have a wonderful time with the rest of your day as well. And I would like to thank you personally, actually, for watching this video to the very end, because not everybody does that, and it's super duper helpful for me. Yeah, with that being said, please do like and subscribe, all those things. Even giving a comment absolutely helps, like an absolute ton. But with that being said, I am going to take a bit of a rest now, and I will see you guys in the next one.